Take a look at your screen. Oh my goodness. Do you like slow and low cooking, but you want it to be fresh, you want it to be moist, you want it to be juicy, but still at the same time be able to brown the outside, be able to crisp the outside. For the first time ever, we have Staub on a today's special. You are able to bring the joy and excellence of French cooking into your kitchen with this beautiful Cocotte from the premium brand Staub. It's a heritage piece. This is a piece you're gonna use every day. You're gonna use it for those special occasions and special events, and then you're gonna pass it down, and it is gonna stay in the family. This is the 5.75 quart enameled cast iron oval Cocotte. But it's not that fussy cast iron. It's not that cast iron that you gotta worry about, that you gotta season, that you gotta take care of. This is that easy, clean cast iron. Everything comes out smoothly. Speaking of cast iron, let me show you real quickly something else very special. It is the patented heavyweight cast iron lid with these braising dots on the top. This allows all that moisture, all that condensation to go right back down on what you're cooking. Is it the pulled pork? Is it the steak? Is it the proteins, the side dishes, the desserts, or even better, how about this? How about some deep fried chicken in one of these? Oh, repeatable results every single time with that Staub name, and it's beautiful enough for you to take it right from the cooktop right to the table. It cooks as good as it looks. Okay, speaking of looking good, you're gonna have to pick your color. Colors are going very quickly. One of these we're down to less than 100 already, but let me show you. This one right here, a nice classic. This is our graphite, beautiful with the Staub name right there on top. Oh, and take a look at this. You don't normally see this. I love this. Gives me like, I don't know, my grandma's kitchen is what this reminds me of. This is burnt orange. Now I put the burnt orange next to the cherry to kind of show you the combination. Can't really see it there, but there is a stark difference. This is a deep red cherry. Now we have a dark blue, nice navy. I'm gonna lift this up just to show you the details in the top here. Really beautiful, something you want on your table. Now from there, we're gonna go down to the bottom row here, and I'm gonna show you the grenadine. This was very popular this morning in that deep kind of burgundy grenadine. Okay, this is the one, this turquoise right here. Take a look, less than 100. I think, what do we have, 90? Okay, we have 90 to go around. That is gonna be it. Oh, and this is something you don't see. I love the look of this. A classic, we call this basil. It's like a deep, almost forest green, beautiful detailing on that. And then our crisp, clear white on the end. This is your opportunity. Everywhere else, you see this for $400. Today, your opportunity to get this name, to get the best in French design, the best in French cooking, for $239.99, that is $160 off. To get this on free shipping and handling, this is substantial. This is cast iron. We will cover the shipping and handling on this for you. It's on 5 flexible payments. You have 5 months to pay this off. This is your opportunity to upgrade that piece in the kitchen, to get that piece that you can anchor all other pieces around for everyday use, for those special occasions. And it's also gonna be a heritage piece. Okay. Those are the details. Let's get into the cooking. Let's get into the fun. I'm gonna move on over to our friend Allison Scuddy who's here. Hi, Allison.
How are you?
Good to see you again this morning.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna jump right in.
We're gonna start to the ribs. Let's
Okay,
just get right in there to the ribs, because I want to show you something. Now, there's a couple reasons why Staub is the best.
Yeah.
The best in the world, why the best chefs use it, why the best restaurants use it. It's different than all the other enameled cast iron on the market.
Okay.
Number one is because of the lid. Now, we've made this lid flat. All right, so it's not domed, which if you had it domed, all the moisture would drip around the food. We made the lid flat so it will cover the front, and then we put on, try not to look at those ribs, I know they're yummy.
Oh my goodness.
Then we put in basting spikes. So these spikes are gonna catch all the moisture, catch all the condensation, and they're gonna rain that right back down onto the food. That's why you're never gonna have dry. It's not gonna be, oh, here we go. This shows you right here what we did.
Right.
So those are the self-basting spikes right there. It's gonna go on top, it forms, and this lid is really heavy. So it forms a perfect seal. You put chicken in there, you put pork chops in there, no matter what you put in, it's gonna rain over there. It's gonna keep all those moisture inside with very, very little liquid. So you don't have to rely on the liquid. Let the food baste itself. And you know, Our chef Todd here says, if you're looking, you're not cooking.
No, it's true.
So you can't be
every time. Yep. You're right. Every time you open up and take a look, you're changing the temperature. You're not cooking. As we pull these out, I want you to notice how much we have in here. This is almost 6 quarts. This is huge. So when I talk about those big family events where all those memories are made, when I talk about feeding that family and friends and gathering around the table, you have the size in here and you have the design and you have the expertise on your side. And now let's just look.
Look at this.
Look, you know, we were talking earlier, there's 2 elements to this that you want, right? You want that tender fall off the bone.
Right.
But you also want the cast iron to heat up well enough to where you get that outside and the crisp that you like.
Exactly, because you know, for a long time I was showing off some pressure cookers, and I'm a big fan of pressure cooking, but you know, it can leave the meats a little bit slimy.
Yeah, true.
And that's the thing I don't like. So I always had to put it under the broiler, or I had to pop it back in the oven, and then it's a 2-step cook.
Yes.
You gonna take a little bit of
now,
that?
I already have my fork, Allison. I showed up with my fork this time.
Look at that. Because you know what? When you taste this,
yes,
this is what you get at the smokehouses. This is what you get at the barbecue restaurants. And the reason is because of those self-basting spikes in there. You don't have to worry. You don't have to baby it. You're not concerned. Is it done?
Right. Okay, here we go. Oh, yes.
Isn't that yummy?
Okay, so you get that like almost caramelization on the outside and you get that moisture on the inside, that tenderness. Oh, it's perfect. It's
now,
so good.
if you did want to put this pan in the broiler, you can. It works on every cook surface, including induction.
Okay.
This is something that you don't have to baby, you don't have to worry about.
See, that's the other thing,
This is for someone that wants quality.
Yes, right.
They care about cooking, and you know, if you're someone that would rather have one piece that's gonna last your whole lifetime rather than having to replace a pan every 2 or 3 years because it goes bad, I mean, that's just the thing. It's like, how many times do you want the really good pair of shoes, but you settle for the other pair?
No, you're right.
They never fit,
because
they're never good, and you're like, why did I spend that extra little bit?
You're right, that's what happens. You know, you look at something else, like I'm gonna spend 150 on something else, in a couple of years you're spending another 150, in a couple of years you're spending another 150. Get something that you know is designed by the top quality, designed by some of the most famous chefs in the world. So you know the design is great. And these are each handmade individually. That's the kind of attention that you're getting. Okay, this is another great example of a few things. That great texture we want on the inside, the crisp on the outside, and how it's not sticking, how it's not gonna be a mess, how we're not gonna have to baby it and soak it.
That is number 2 on the Staub list. First is the lid, which is a patented design. But the second thing is the way it is non-stick. Now, the reason that is because we put a matte black finish on the inside, and we top the bottom with hills and valleys. And so when you see that, look how that is. You know what that means for you? No soaking, no worry, no scratching, no having to use a scrubby pad, which so many of them you do. This is a really nice technology, and this is also what helps you get that browning. And you see, those are the scalloped potatoes, they're brown.
Look at that, look at the crispy and the cheese, the crispy cheese.
If you wanted to put a little of the, like,
here we go, sorry.
buttered breadcrumbs on top and pop it under the broiler to finish it off, you absolutely can.
Oh, yes, the perfect combination. And can I say, repeatable results. So I'm an amateur in the kitchen. And you buy other items that maybe aren't the brand name, aren't the best, and sometimes it's good. And then you try to cook it again and you're like, I don't know what happened. It was great the last time, it wasn't this time, right? With Staub, you get repeatable results because of the design, because of the attention, because of the handmade, because of that name. It's the top in French quality. Every time, maybe it's just a Tuesday night, or maybe it's Thanksgiving dinner, or maybe it's Easter brunch, you are gonna get that repeatable result every single time. And if you look at your screen, see, Allison, it's what I'm telling people about how you are getting that handcrafted design.
Look at that, the iron is poured into the mold, and then that mold is destroyed. So each pan is on its own. Then it is hand buffed, hand finished. Then the primer goes on there. Then the enamel coating goes on there. And you know what? That enameling is all the way around the sides, on the top, and on the bottom. So if you spill over or you have a stain on the bottom, it doesn't doesn't matter. It's
Right.
gonna clean right off. That's one of the things also that makes Staub special. Some of the ones of the enameled cast iron, they have a white interior.
Yes,
turns
right.
yellow.
And yes, it'll start to turn, right.
No. Lifetime warranty, that's why.
Lifetime warranty on this. That's why it's gonna be in the family. It's gonna be a heritage piece. Now watch this, I love this. Allison's gonna take a piece out of the stove and we're taking it right to the table because of that beautiful finish.
Oh my gosh, you know what?
You want to show it off. You want
do.
to display it. And then the cast iron is gonna help retain the heat.
It's exactly right, Ty. That's exactly right.
Okay,
Because you know what? When you want to sit this on the table.
This looks beautiful,
I mean,
Allison.
it does.
This just looks beautiful.
This is the serving piece. This is a beautiful piece. So it's cooking, it's serving. And then look at that. How about a 5-pound chicken with veggies
Oh my
for the
goodness.
whole family? Now you can just look at that chicken and you can tell it's moist.
Yes.
You can tell it is
sure.
delicious. And chicken is a difficult thing to cook. But you know what? If you've ever wondered, you know what? I'd like to cook a duck. Or I'd like to cook a goose, or
Yeah.
maybe some Cornish game hen,
Right.
or a turkey breast, and you're like, but I always get it dry.
Right,
It never
right.
works.
Yeah.
I urge you to try Staub because it makes you a better cook because of that wraparound blanket heating. And because of the even heating all the way up the sides, you can cook low and slow without getting dry and tough.
Without drying it out.
That's exactly right.
And that's what happens when you have high quality, premium tools, a premium name like Staub. All of a sudden, you can get more creative. You can have more fun. You can do the things and the recipes that maybe before you weren't. You're like, well, I'm not gonna be able to do that, right? Because I don't have the name brand. That's the difference in the kitchen. And again, I wanna say, I'm not asking you to redo everything in your kitchen. I'm asking you to get home that one piece that maybe you can build everything else around. This is gonna be your go-to. Maybe it is for those stews. Maybe it is for that pulled pork. Maybe it's desserts, but take a look at this. What about fresh breads?
How about fresh breads? How about big brownies, souffles, cornbreads? How about one of the, like the chili mac cornbread? Everything.
Oh, yeah.
Macaronis and cheeses. All the things that you need to be brown on the bottom, on the sides, on the top. You hear this?
Yes,
That
that's
is
what you want.
crispy. You would go to the Italian market
yes.
and you'd spend $5 at least for this
easy.
loaf of bread.
Right, easy.
And you know what, so again, this gives you the courage to try, to cook something new, something different that you might not try at home. You don't need a bread maker. You put the dough in there, you let it proof right in the pan, pop it in the oven, and you're done. Look at that bread, and you see how tender and delicious?
Here it is. Take a look at your screen. Look at that.
This is what you're gonna get.
And look at the layer. Look at the outside as compared to the inside. It's the perfect textures that you want. Having Staub in the kitchen, having some cast iron Staub in the kitchen is like having someone you can rely on. It's like having that professional chef that you know that you can rely on, that you don't have to baby it, that is designed to do the work for you, right? That you will use over and over again. And this is lifetime, right? And not only a lifetime warranty, but lifetime. You're gonna buy this one time, right? It's a bit of an investment. You may think, oh, for my kitchen, $239.99, even though you're getting $160 off. It's a little bit of an investment that will last you a lifetime.
That will absolutely last you a lifetime, and it will make memories. This is the kind of foods. Look at this beef bourguignon, which is a fancy French way of saying beef stew. So it's beef stew with wine. That's what it is. But you know what? When you cook this and you serve this, this is the kind of thing that your husband, your partner, your kids, your neighbors come back to you and go, ooh, I remember when you made that really good stew. And the meat just fell apart. Can you make that again?
That's right.
That's when you grab for the Staub. And that's why the chefs, the good chefs in the world, that's why they use Staub. You know, this actually was invented by Francis Staub almost 50 years ago, but he had a really good friend who's Paul Bocuse, who is known in the French culinary world as the best French cook in the world of the 20th century. Wow. They were good friends. They said, you know what? We both love the properties of cast iron. Yeah. Because we love that it heats evenly, we love that it cooks evenly, that it keeps stuff warm, but it burns, it doesn't have the self-basting, so they made a better mousetrap. And this is it. Now, if you don't know Staub and you're like, yeah, but I don't know them, can I trust them? They're part of the Zwilling-Hinkle Company.
Yes,
So they've been around 300 years.
Right.
You don't get around to 300 years if you're not doing something right.
That's right. If you're not paying attention to the details, if you're not crafting by hand, right?
Right.
So when it comes to our tools in the kitchen, what is that go-to tool for you? What is the one that you can rely on every single time? What is the one that you bring out for special occasions, right? Do you want that piece in your kitchen coming up? Maybe it's Easter brunch, maybe it's the birthday, maybe it's Thanksgiving dinner, maybe it's just Tuesday night, right? And you're gonna cook this chicken for the family, everyone to gather around. You want something you can rely on. For $239.99 today, I want you to notice you're getting 40% off because this is the very first today's special we are doing with Staub. So to do something really special, we took $160 off the price. This is the lowest price you will find anywhere on the oval Cocotte, on the 5.75 quarts. This is huge. Big. This is the lowest price you're gonna find anywhere. We're giving you 5 flexible payments. We're giving you 5 months to pay this off, no added fee, no added interest, and we are covering the shipping and handling on this. All I ask of you is to pick out your color quickly. Those colors start to go very fast. Pick out your color very quickly here and let us ship this out to you. We just crossed over the 1,000 mark here. 1,000 of these have been ordered today. And Allison, we didn't bring in a big quantity because when you make something by hand, when it takes you this long to make one of these, right? You don't have a whole lot.
No, and we very seldom have shows. This is the only TS of the year. And you know, the HSN buyer said, now if we sell out early, can we order more? No. No, because they take a week to make. They're handmade in France.
Incredible.
You know, so it's just a different kind of animal. And you know what? I want you to know too, when you're looking at those colors, a few months ago, we had a 4-quart round one with a glass lid.
Right.
If you purchase that or you have any other Staub, these colors will match. We are very, very careful about the enamel, the color, so it doesn't matter. So if you buy one today, you buy this piece today, and then next year you say, you know what, I want to add on. I want to get another piece. It's still going to match.
And look great. We have a couple other Staub items we're going to show you in just a little bit. Speaking to that, it will match back. All right, where are we going now? Oh, we're going to the greatest taco night you've ever had in your life.
Yes,
Take a look at this.
Look at this. Look at this pulled pork right here. Now, I want you to see how moist, how tender. Look at that. You can just see the juices coming off of this. Cook it with a little citrus. I like to add a bottle of beer in there.
Oh, that's good. Look at the tips and tricks you're getting today.
Yeah, I mean, it gives like such a good flavor, and then you take this in here and you add them into your taco shells.
You just put it right in.
And I'm telling you, if this is not, I wish you could get this by Super Bowl Sunday. Obviously you can't. But for the next holiday.
But every other Sunday.
That's correct. I mean, what if you're going to use this for Mardi Gras? And so you wanted to do like a seafood stew, like the crawfish boils. You know, it's going to stay hot, so you can cook those things. If you do like seafood and you cook crab, you know how you cook you eat the first batch of crab, and then the rest is cold.
And then,
it's no good.
It doesn't, no.
So you keep this, you keep this on your table, and each batch, whenever you grab another cluster of crab, it's hot again. So there's a lot of uses for the Staub besides just large pieces of meat. Right. But this is what we excel at right here. I mean,
if you spend any time in the kitchen and you don't have a piece of cast iron, I really want you to pay attention to what the benefits are of cast iron. And not all cast iron is created equal. This is from Staub. This is cast iron made for you at home to bring that French tradition, those French stylings, right? The French attention to detail in your kitchen that retains the heat, that distributes the heat perfectly without the cast iron being fussy, right? Without it being hard to deal with and season and clean and all of those things. And now you are getting that cast iron in your kitchen. Okay, things are moving quick. Allison, I need to go over colors again because some are getting very limited, okay?
I'm just gonna make some tacos
here.
here.
Oh, I'll be back. I'll be back for one of those. I wanna make sure everyone knows which colors here are getting limited if you've got your eye on one. Okay, I'm gonna show you, first of all, just the size of this. Remember, it's 5 3/4 quarts. This is a huge size with the cast iron lid, with these kind of braising little nodes here that it's gonna braise everything that you have. I want you to think about, imagine cooking some deep fried chicken in this. That would be so good. Oh, that'd be amazing. Okay, let me go over colors here. This is our graphite. Beautiful, classic graphite here. This is our burnt orange with kind of that pumpkin. I think about that maybe pumpkin squash stew, squash soup in here. Cherry red. You can see there is quite a difference here. Sometimes it's hard to see on TV, but they are quite a difference. This is our cherry red. And then we get a deep navy. A very rich, beautiful, deep navy color here. You will want to display these on the table. And if we move down, the grenadine, which has been popular this morning, it is popular right now, a heads up on that. And then I believe we only have about 85 left, 80 now, 80 left in the turquoise. This has been a very popular color in kitchens over the last couple of years. And then a color that I haven't seen before, this is called basil. It is that deep, rich green. And then we also have that crisp, clean white. It is the best in French cooking. It is exceptional craftsmanship. It is perfect performance. It is repeatable results every single time for you to have in your kitchen. And today, normally, anywhere else, this is $400 anywhere else. You're getting it for $239.99. Take a look at your screen. This is our host, Sarah Anderson. She got one home. I think she's making a chicken pot pie here. Oh, doesn't that just sound warm and cozy and rib-sticking goodness? Look at this. This is her at home. And Sarah will admit, she says, I'm not a special cook. I'm not a great cook. And it was so easy to make this chicken pot pie. Take a look at the steps she did. I think this is on her social media here. She did this herself in one of these. Look at that, just boiling up. Look how great that is, right? So what is it for you? Is it the pulled pork? Is it the dessert? Is it the fried chicken? Aren't you gonna just be so proud to display this from cooktop, display it on the table for the family, for those events? This is your chance to pick up one of the top names in French design, French cuisine. Okay, absolutely. I see Allison back at the oven here. I'm gonna walk back and see what we got going.
This is my oven-baked risotto.
Okay.
Okay, so instead of having to babysit this on the cooktop, you can put this right into your oven. Now let's lift the lid off of here. I do love this gray. I think it's a beautiful color. I'm gonna actually add in some goat cheese.
Oh,
I'm gonna add in some broth.
Okay.
Put this extra in here.
So normally on the stovetop with risotto, the one time I tried and it didn't turn well, it was a lot of babysitting.
It was a lot of babysitting.
Okay.
A little bit, you know, like quarter cup of broth at a time.
Yes, right.
Stir,
Okay.
stir.
Right.
And again, don't forget, this is not gonna stick on the bottom, and this is gonna end up creamy and delicious. So what I'm gonna do now, the pot is hot.
Okay.
So it's gonna stay warm. I don't even have to put it back in the oven. It's gonna stay right like this.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the lid back on, let it finish soaking up those broths and that goat cheese, and then we will be ready for a dinner that is restaurant quality.
So all you gotta do is put the lid back on because that cast iron's retaining that heat.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
That's the thing about cast iron. If you've never tried it, and maybe your grandmother had it, but it had to be seasoned, it just didn't work well, it's not a, you know, it's a world of difference,
Right.
And if you've tried other enameled cast iron and you weren't sold on it, maybe it discolored on the inside, maybe everything's stuck, maybe you got chips on the edge. Not here. This is Staub. Lifetime warranty, patented lid design, and the non-stick interior.
Wow.
Look at this.
This is like Christmas presents. Oh, look at that. Every time we open up a new one. Oh my goodness, look at this.
And you know what? Look at the color, how it's nice and still the same color. That's because of the moisture.
Imagine serving this at Thanksgiving, serving this at that family gathering. Look how beautiful these are.
And if you wanted to do the poached pears.
Perfect.
Or any of the different desserts. I mean, you can't go wrong. The chocolate molten cakes.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you can load this up. The other thing that's nice about this too is it is big, but it's not too big.
Right.
So if you do want to make your sweet potato casserole, your green bean casserole, any of those things that you have over the holidays, you absolutely make it in here. It's the right size.
Yes.
I gotta move along.
Didn't I tell you it cooks as good as it looks? You're looking at this going, that's an amazing looking, the design, the finish on that. Now what we're pulling out of it, that is the magic. This is something that, again, you don't have to babysit because of the way it's designed, because of that patented lid. Okay, here we go.
Look at this. This is corned beef, and you know, it's gonna be St. Patrick's Day soon. And so many of us are gonna be making that corned beef and cabbage and carrots. And you know what, sometimes it can come out dry. Usually you have to either cook it in the oven or you have to boil it to death on the cooktop to be able to have this moist, this delicious. Or you can shave this down and make Reuben sandwiches out of it.
Oh my goodness.
But look at this, look how delicious this is. Now, in the same pot, I went ahead, in the same pot, I went ahead and I cooked the cabbage.
See, I love that idea.
The potatoes. The carrots in here. So let's go ahead and put some of this on here. You tell me why you would ever go out to eat this meal when you can make it at home. You know, you go to the grocery or one of the club stores and you purchase these large cuts of meat where you don't spend a fortune. You come home, you put it in with just a little bit of liquid. If you even want to. I actually do my ribs with no liquid. Yeah. I mean, I put it right in there and it just comes out perfect. Look at that.
Look, that's the difference. When you go with Staub, right? When you go with a brand that has history, that was designed by some of the greatest chefs, the greatest French chefs, is that French design, right? When you go with that, there is a difference. The food tastes different. The texture is exactly where you want it, where you imagined it. And this is your opportunity today to get that piece in your kitchen. Okay, I want to make sure we get through all of these in time. Oh, now let's talk about some desserts. Here we go.
Let's talk about some desserts, or this could be your breakfast casserole. You know, at Christmas time, you make those big breakfast casseroles with the sausage and the bacon. This is a berry strata, and I want you to see this. When I take this out, again, look at the bottom. It's not stuck. It came straight out. That's a huge feature, and if you've ever cooked in cast iron, and I mean some of the famous cast iron that people thought was good, this is better because theirs does not do this. This is the Hills and Valley on the matte black finish enameled interior. That's why it's different. That's why it's better. Let's add some blueberry syrup to this.
Oh man, and imagine serving this at the table, right? Taking this piece, placing it on the table. It's beautiful. Matter of fact, I think, Allison, you were telling me earlier that you display yours. Like yours is out in the kitchen. Because it's a piece, that classic beauty. It's a piece that you want seen. And then look at the creation that she just made.
I mean, so good, so yummy. Oh my goodness. Very, very moist. So we have our strata, we have our corned beef, we have our apples, we have our risotto.
Back to the risotto, right?
Then we have our pulled pork, which is so yummy. I'm gonna be eating that taco in just a minute. We have our beautiful loaf of bread. We have our beef bourguignon. We have our scalloped potatoes. We have our ribs. And you know what? It is cold and flu season, so why not some chicken noodle soup?
Your chicken noodle soup, look at that. For the whole family, your chicken noodle soup right there. That it will retain the heat. The heat distribution is perfect on this. We're talking exceptional craftsmanship, premium performance, classic beauty. This is your opportunity today. This is the name that in those high-end kitchen stores that you see Staub. What you won't see is 40% off on Staub. What you won't see is save $160 on Staub. We wanted to do something special for Staub's first Today Special, and that's what we're doing. On top of that, we are covering the shipping and handling on this for you. On top of that, we're giving you 5 flexible payments. On top of that, once you pick up the Today Special, did you know everything else you pick up will be on free shipping and handling as well because you've reached that $75 mark. So if you're shopping in the kitchen, pick up the Today Special. Anything else maybe you were on the fence about because you weren't sure about the shipping will now be on free shipping and handling. This is your opportunity. You know, here at HSN2, we give you 30 days to try everything out. Get it home over the course of a month. Try everything. Try everything that we just did. Gather the family around, create those memories, right? See what Staub does for your kitchen. But I do ask you to pick out your color quickly, because colors are going very fast, particularly that turquoise and that grenadine. They are going very quickly. There's a great shot of our colors. Head over to hsn.com and grab those colors. Your item number is 834325. It is a very special day here today. So we've been talking about Staub. I've been talking about this being that anchor in your kitchen that you can build around. I have a couple other Staub items that I want to show. Angela, do we have time that I can show some of these? Okay, I really want to show. Allison, will you come with me? Because I think maybe, what if some people were introducing Staub to them for the very first time, perhaps. Perhaps we're just seeing it now. And those, what you're seeing, those are the little minis there, but we're going to show you here the bakers and bowls here.
These are great.
Great set.
This is ceramic.